Hello friends, welcome to our channel Knowledge Amplifier. So today in this particular video I am going to discuss about stochastic gradient descent. Okay, so already I have discussed the simple gradient descent, the in-depth intuition, the calculus behind the algorithm and the programming part with visualization and animation, right? If you want to know the detailed explanation of the simple gradient descent, you can check the link given in the description box. Here I have opened the same video, intuition of gradient descent, mathematical part, right? Now, if you just observe these formulas which we have used to update the M and C, that is slope and intercept value for the best fit line in each step, what we have done, basically here this was our mean square error formula, which is average of square of all the error terms. Okay, yi minus of mx I plus b, this is the predicted value, this is original value, squaring them and then taking sum for all the data. Okay, not a single data. So each time when I am updating the slope and intercept, I am basically computing this error value for all the data, right? And similarly here, eventually if you check, when we have taken derivative with respect to slope and with respect to intercept to update, okay, we have used this formula. Here also summation term is there. Now life is good with these expressions until and unless we encounter big data. Okay, suppose the data volume goes very high, okay, that time to update m and that is slope and intercept value m and b, many times we can take the equation as mx plus c, that time m and c, for updating these values, for updating one single time we have to compute for all the data. Now suppose the data volume is maybe 5 lakh, 6 lakh, like that. Okay, data number of rows can go more than that also. That time when we want to update, it will become very much cost expensive. Okay, right, with respect to memory and with respect to time, with both respect it will be very much expensive operation, because you can understand that for a single update we need to do much computation, right? And you just recall, I have told you that when we reach near the minima, that time these values actually decreases, updation happens slowly when we reach near minima, right? Now when we are near to minima, then to change the value little bit, this much big computation we are doing, which is not at all good. That's why scientists came up with one new approach, which is stochastic gradient descent. What it says, instead of updating m and c value each time for by computing this slope for overall data, what we do, we take one single random point and we update using the error with respect to that random point. Okay, let me discuss here. So stochastic gradient descent. So the main problem with batch gradient descent was the fact that it uses the whole training set to compute the gradients at every step, which makes very slow when the training set becomes larger, right? Now stochastic gradient descent just picks one random instance in the training set at every step and compute the gradient based on only that single instance, and then it updates the m and c value, and like that the iteration goes. Okay, obviously this makes algorithm much faster since it has very little data to manipulate each iteration. So basically it is optimized for huge data. But you can understand what we are doing here. We are making update for our slope and intercept by observing one single data point. So it is not, might be the true scenario, like suppose you just toss a coin one time and then you conclude probability of head or tail. Okay, suppose head appears at that single toss, you will say that probability of head is 1. If tail appears at that single toss, you will be telling that probability of appearance of head is 0. But this is not true. At least you need to toss 1000 or 10,000 times, and then you can understand that from the population we can conclude that the probability of appearance of head is half, probability of appearance of tail is half. That is good one. But same thing applicable for stochastic gradient descent. As we are updating with respect to one single point, it might not be good. So in gradient descent, actually the problem was huge computation. We took the whole data, but in stochastic gradient descent we are taking only one single data, which sometimes makes it irregular. Okay, the updation which we are doing might not be the proper one. Okay, right? So I hope you have understood this, and obviously you can understand this also, as each time we are updating based on a single data point. That's why M and C, okay, this value will change, that is in irregular pattern, and due to this irregular change, what might happen, that in gradient descent there is a probability that we might stuck at local minima, but as the stochastic gradient is random, okay, irregular pattern, in irregular pattern it changes, that's why there is a probability that it might come out of the local minima and it might converge to global minima. There is a possibility, it is not like that it will happen, but in gradient descent there is huge possibility that we might stuck in local minima, but in stochastic gradient descent, as in each iteration the M and C, these two values changes irregularly. So due to this irregular pattern, it might happen that suddenly it might come out of the local minima and it can go towards the global minima or global optimal solution, like that. Okay, now this is what about the intuition. So whole story is gradient descent computes gradient and updates based on overall data. In stochastic gradient descent it do the same thing based on single data. So how the formula will change? So here mx plus c, mx plus b, ax plus b, different notation you can use. Here I am showing with respect to ax plus b. Suppose my f of x equal to ax plus b. So what is the error term? So for one single data point I am telling. Okay, so you can consider like this: f of xi equal to axi plus b, like this. So now the error term will be this one, y minus of this one, squared error. Now what we will be doing? We will be taking differentiation of this equation with respect to slope and intercept. If we take differentiation with respect to slope, we will be getting this. If we take differentiation with respect to our intercept, we will be getting this. Simple chain rule, nothing else. So what we will be doing, at each iteration based on that single data point, we will be updating. Okay, so let me show you the code now. So here is the code. So CLC clear all, close all, warning off, as we generally write. Then here I am taking x data ranging from -1 to 1 with 100 gaps, that is 100 equally spaced data points, and then expression of y, which we are taking y equal to 2x plus 3, where slope is 2, intercept is 3. I am adding some random noise in it, okay, which is having uniform distribution, right? And then here initial slope and intercept we are assuming 0. We are plotting our original data. Now here learning rate we are specifying 0.01, like gradient descent. Here also learning rate should not be too high or too less. Now epoch 10 we are keeping, that means whole data will be moving 10 times, okay, right? And then here I have told you that at each iteration we will be picking up one single data point and we will be updating. So this single data point picking will be happening in random fashion. That's why what I am doing, each time I am shuffling my x and y both, okay, in random fashion. Okay, so using this piece of code, I hope you can easily understand that x and y will be shuffled. Now we are iterating in our actual data, and see grad of m, that is gradient with respect to m, is minus of 2 into xi plus of the error term yi minus of mxi plus c, and gradient with respect to c is minus of 2 into yi minus of mx plus c, as updation rule formula I have shown you. Now m equal to m minus learning rate into gradient, c equal to c minus learning rate into gradient. This is the universal formula for updation, that is next value equal to current value minus of learning rate into gradient. That's it, nothing else. Okay, then we are plotting. Okay, this plot is with respect to the current m and c value, and then making one pause. Then I am deleting the fitted line if it is not the final round of iteration. Okay, so here we are not taking the overall data. Each time we are updating the slope and intercept based on single data. That's what the stochastic gradient descent, and it is applicable, or it works in a much faster way if my dataset is quite huge. You can understand that the computation will be faster. Okay, and but there is a possibility that as we are basically doing the updation based on one single data, so it might lead to improper solution also. Okay, it might happen. right? So like here, these are my actual data, and this is the line which we are getting each time using this stochastic gradient descent. The slope should be ideally close to this particular value 2, and the intercept should be close to the value 3. Okay, but obviously due to introduction of this random noise, obviously it will not be exactly 2 or 3, right? So it might take some time, because you can understand epoch is 10, data points are 100, so 400 times this particular loop will run. Okay, now this makes overall process faster, right? And for that, what we are doing, we are getting this advantage that this is faster. Then we have to pay for something. What we are paying? That irregular pattern. Stochastic gradient descent can never assure you that it will lead to proper solution, because I have told you now that just you tossed one time one coin, unbiased coin, and you got head, and you are concluding probability of getting head is 1. You got tail, you are telling probability of getting head is 0. Like that, it is not happens, right? So when you are not considering the whole data, population data, that time obviously error will appear. Okay, the algorithm will not work as the same way as it works when you are considering overall data. Anyway, but we should get the near to value. So see, slope value 2.02, actually slope is 2, fine, we are quite good, and the intercept is 3.477, where intercept here is 3. Okay, right, it is quite good. So I hope the main intuition of the stochastic gradient descent is clear to you. Nothing much changes, just instead of taking summation, here we are updating for each iteration. That's it, right? So this is all for this video. Code will be posted in the description box or in the comment section. If you want, you can go through that. Thank you.